Are you a political science major? Good, because it leads to careers that make you proud and pay well. This is part two. So you're at Thanksgiving dinner again, and your aunts and uncles are like, "What are you going to do with that degree?" And you're just smirking, trying not to be disrespectful, but you're basically saying, "Watch me answer without crying." It's honestly amazing how much they don't know and how bold they are to question you. First of all, you can get a state job that hits hard. There's policy analysts within your state. You get to shape education and housing programs and all other programs at the state level and the local level. There's state legislative aid in your state or within your local jurisdiction. You get to write bills that affect millions of people, and you get to learn from inside the process. There's also local and state and federal level economic development offices. You get to build strategies that bring businesses and jobs to underserved communities. In other words, you make a real difference by having a political science major. And what about beyond government? Because federal, we don't really want to depend on that right now, but there's also state and local and county. But what if you don't want to really do government? Well, there's nonprofits and NGOs directly uplifting communities, directly restoring underserved communities, schools in places like the South Side of Chicago and Liberty City. There's also political comms and PR, in other words, public relations. You get to control the narrative around issues within your jurisdiction, as well as local activism. And then, of course, you can go to grad school or law school. Political science is elite prep for MBAs, law school, and public admin programs that fuel leadership roles where you live. But the biggest flex is that these positions and these roles and careers are personally fulfilling. So why does it feel so good, the type of work you do as a political science major? Well, political science grads don't just get a job. Life has to be more than that. They become bridges between policy and the people impacted by that policy. They turn abstract laws that most people don't understand into better housing, safer streets, and upward mobility for real families. That means your career wins are measured in lives changed, not just likes and not just paychecks. So when family members and well-meaning friends are both bold and confused about your major, remember that majoring in political science is about learning the playbook of power and using it for people. Whether that's rebuilding trust between Seattle's City Hall and its communities, or making sure that the kids in the Bronx or in Brooklyn have the same shot at college as anyone else. These aren't abstract wins. They're visible, life-changing, and they're transformations that you helped to engineer. Keep in mind that when you have a degree that makes your neighbors' lives better, and at the same time it secures you with a career and upward mobility, that is legacy. It's bigger than a check. That's purpose, and that's stability all rolled into one. If all that's important to you, stick with the poli-sci major. Do your experiential learning every year so that you can know what your options are and you can network, and thrive as you transition out of college and into the quote-unquote real world. Now drop a ballot box emoji in the comments if you've ever wanted to be the change instead of just waiting for it. See you in the comments.